There are parts of America that are special, unique. Unlike anywhere else, cultures all their own, kept close, much loved, but largely misunderstood. The vast patchwork of saltwater marshes, bayous, and prairie land that make up Cajun country is one of those places. While the rest of the USA got stitched together by superhighways, southwestern Louisiana remained relatively isolated. I-10 wasn't completed until the 1970s, finally connecting this part of the state to New Orleans, Houston, and the rest of the nation. With that came chain restaurants, drive-thrus, and strip malls. But fear not, it's still magnificently weird. Take, for example, Cajun Mardi Gras. Ordinarily, I loathe the idea of Mardi Gras. Any kind of group celebration, anything festive involving dancing, fills me with self-conscious dread. Thousands of happy drunks crowding into the French Quarter, for instance, not for me. But Cajun Mardi Gras is another thing entirely. Closer to the ancient French tradition, vaguely more dangerous, downright medieval. Cajuns do things their way, always have, always will. Whether it's hanging on to the French language of their ancestors, their music, traditions, or food, Cajuns fiercely keep it all vibrantly alive. Boudin is the ubiquitous sausage of Cajun country, and judging by the lineup at the drive-thru, Billy's Boudin is pretty damn popular.
So this is a Boudin ball stuffed with pepper jack cheese, which I believe Billy's is responsible for its invention.
What's that, like ground up sausage and molten cheese, battered and fried? Who's gonna hate that? No one. In addition to Boudin, breakfast around here wouldn't be complete without some cracklings, and of course, a cold beer.
My father's first language is French. I mean, as a kid, for him, he was whipped at school for speaking French.
Yeah, I mean, look, is it fair to say that at most points in its history, the Cajuns have been, if not a despised minority, aggressively marginalized minority?
Our depiction stops at swamp scenes and alligators, and it's so much more than that. Not just because of the food, not just because of the music, because of the whole way of life, you know? Especially Acadiana, this is the most European part of America, in my opinion.
So we're gonna eat well this week.
Yeah, a lot of good food, a lot of house parties.
Excited about Mardi Gras? My first, never been to one.
Here it's a whole different thing. I mean, the major difference is that here you are the event. If you're attending Mardi Gras, if you're running Mardi Gras, then you are part of it.
Right.
Like it's bigger than Christmas.
Toby Rodriguez is about as Cajun as you get. I met him nearly a decade ago when I came here for a boucherie. Back then, Toby and everybody else said, you got to come back for our Mardi Gras.
Give me a hand.
We do Mardi Gras right. And so, here I am. It's the week before, and there's anticipation in the air. All over Acadiana, scenes like this unfold. Out in the yard with friends and family, kids playing, music, dancing, beer, good Catholic whiskey, gumbo cooking in a big pot.
Welcome back. How you doing?
Really good. Good to see you both again.
Good to see you too.
Thanks.
You might call the Savoy family Cajun royalty. I know them from my last visit, and it's good to see them again. Mark Savoy was born and raised here in the small prairie town of Eunice. Together with his wife Anne and sons Joel and Wilson, they make up the Savoy family band. They've all been playing music since they were children and share a devotion, dedication to Cajun culture.
So how far does the family go back here?
Mark, here's the question. How far does your family go back here?
Well, I think back to the American Revolution, because the land that we live on was ceded to one of our ancestors, and part of that land is still in our family today.
How the French Acadian pioneers got here and ended up becoming Cajun is a long story. Forcibly deported by the Protestant British from their homeland in Nova Scotia, the Acadians became refugees, eventually settling deep in the mosquito-infested swamps and flatlands of Louisiana, a place nobody else wanted at the time. Over the years, the settlers absorbed to varying degrees other cultures: Irish, Spanish, German, Native American, and West African, among others, mutating into a distinctive culture unlike any other.
So how long has the family been playing music?
Well, my grandfather was a fiddler, but I don't know more than that.
But I have that fiddle. It's your grandfather's fiddle and your uncle's fiddle.
Yeah, which was your great uncle.
Living in the same case here in the house.
Yeah.
So what are you guys doing for Mardi Gras?
Running. Yes,
Running.
Running.
You running?
I believe I am.
What are you doing?
He's a captain.
What are you doing?
I'm running Mardi Gras.
What are you doing?
Running Mardi Gras. Right here.
But you know, in the old days, it was just people walking. It wasn't, it's become insane. It's become insane, more and more insane.
And every year somebody dies in this. Every single year there's one death in Mardi Gras. Every year.
But you know, you gotta stay away from the horses' feet. You know, like a lot of horse injuries, like they're horses. So
Right.
the horses will kick you in the head or something.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there are a lot of really good reasons that you do in all these things. I mean, it's the end of winter. People are out of food.
And it's right before Lent, you know.
It's right before
not
Lent.
The last of the,
Yeah, this is the last.
what you got in you. You
the
have
last
to stop
big party.
everything for a good while.
Last chance
Really,
to
you can
misbehave before Lent. And then the next day they go to church and get an X
Clean it up.
on their forehead.
So you go in, you got a black eye, your shoulders out of its socket, and you get the...
You get the cross and
Everybody
get
in church praying, getting the ashes. Sorry for everything I did. Okay.
Sorry for everything I did yesterday.
Oh, jolly one. Eh, aha. Ma quitte, t'en aller. Quitte, Lafayette. Ash Wednesday, man. At the beginning of Lent. Got to get all the devil out of it. And I drink a little whiskey every now and then. See, a buzzard fly high, but he got to come down to drink.
What is Creole and what is Cajun are increasingly difficult distinctions in this day of commercialization and appropriation. Anything delicious and unique is going to end up slapped on a bag in front of the words potato chips. Creole means, or has come to mean, a mixture of languages, peoples, and cultures. In Louisiana, though, it's usually used to describe members of the African-American or mixed-race French-speaking community.
Why do you think it's important that people still sing in French and
To me,
keep
that's
that
what,
language, that dialect alive?
that's what makes it Zydeco. Zydeco's always been influenced by mainstream music, but it started as French music, as Creole music. And you totally remove that from the music. A lot of times it's just rap with an accordion, or rock and roll with an accordion. You still have the
Hip-hop
French.
stuff. I tell you what, I can call my mama. She's 85, writing on the phone. And she talk, most time talk to me in French. My grandma couldn't speak nothing else.
Right.
I'm having lunch today with historian and radio DJ Herman Fusilier, Creole cowboy Dave Lamel, and musically inclined business owner Sid Williams. The spot is Laura's Plate Lunch 2, popular all the time, but particularly busy on Sundays after church. Rice and gravy, fried fish, ribs, and smothered stuffed turkey wings, which I am all over like a heat-seeking missile.
Damn, that looks serious.
When you say Louisiana, they think of Cajun. Cajun is a big part of Louisiana, but Creole is a big part of Louisiana too, you know.
It used to be native to Louisiana.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the original meaning, as I understand.
It still has hundreds of definitions. But for us, it's descendants of slaves and free people of color, and it deals with the food and the music, and the Catholic Church is a big part of it too.
But yeah, trail rides and horseback riding is just a way of Louisiana now. You know, it's been going on for so long, and
music was always part of it, but the music got to be more of it, and then slowly but surely it became a party where, you know, kind of this social scene.
There's a lot of pieces coming together. You got food, horses, and music.
Trail rides go back a long way. They happen all year, but are also the way Creoles celebrate Mardi Gras around here. Kind of a moving tailgate party and barbecue. Interestingly, and I almost want to dig up John Wayne just to tell him this, Creoles are widely believed to be the first American cowboys, herding cattle in the plains and bayous of Louisiana long before white dudes and assless chaps started showing up in the West. In fact, Zydeco music was born out of cowboy culture, the rhythm of the washboard mimicking the trot of a horse on the trail.
we don't want to lose our culture, what we have here, because this is a true thing that goes on every weekend, and I think the world needs to see it, you know. Yeah, we are Creole black guys riding horses, wearing cowboy hats, dancing to Zydeco music. And
playing accordion.
Playing accordion. At one time, it maybe wasn't cool, but now if you be in country and trail riding and listening to Zydeco music, you cool.
Hunting in Louisiana marshland has been a way of life for the Acadians since they first arrived here hundreds of years ago. Back then, however, they didn't have these things, a big fan and a whole lot of horsepower. They also didn't have an infestation of wild pigs, an invasive but delicious species that are causing big problems for the local ecosystem. They're supposed to be all over, like shooting fish in a barrel, I'm told. I'm tagging along with the Millers. Uncle Bruno is the best cook in the family. His nephew Jay, a stone-cold killer.
You know what's the technique to holding your beer? Like shit like this, look. That's the technique. Everywhere there's a tree hanging over like that, that little area, it just seems like that'd be such a good spot for them. But just not seen him yet. There's definitely problematic hogs in this area. It's just, they're not here at the moment, you know?
Well, the tracks are everywhere.
They've walked here in the past 24 hours, you know? So where are they at? Where? We could try our best hog call, just like.
Does that work?
Whee! You want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Yeah, that's it.
And yet, despite there being millions of invasive wild pigs in Louisiana, After terracing around the marshes for hours, we come up empty. No pig for you, Yankee carpetbagger.
I know you want to have a family dinner and all this romantic bullshit, but look, let me tell you, my grandma has the most impressive farts you ever smelled.
Traditional costumes and revelry, a contrasting streak of bright color set against the wet, gray landscape of late winter. This is Grand Mamou, Louisiana. Early morning of the last day before Lent. And in Cajun country, that means it's time to run Mardi Gras. Men on horseback. Men on foot. In search of chickens, presumably for the evening's ritual gumbo. House to house they will go, bringing mirth, mockery, and mayhem. Cajun Mardi Gras traces its roots back to medieval France, when this was the one day of the year working poor could hide their identity and subvert the conventions of society. Old-fashioned costumes modeled on satirical riffs on the period garb of aristocrats, religious, and political leaders remain the garment of choice. Though there are also some decidedly modern adaptations. And at this point, I feel like I should be giving you some sort of parental advisory about disturbing imagery and behaviors, along with a caution not to try any of this at home. While everybody is still on their best behavior, a first stop at the local retirement home to bring a little joy into the lives of the old folks.
All right.
Hello, Patrick, my guitar! Come on! Hello! Hello, Patrick!
The capitaines, in purple and gold robes, keep the marauders in line. I don't know what these guys are called, but they are everywhere, providing the revelers with a steady supply of cold beer. I believe they are called enablers. It's before 9 a.m., and already everybody is thoroughly swacked. Since this is my first Mardi Gras, a rundown of the rules would be helpful.
No eye gouging. No fish hooking, no eye gouging. No groin shots.
No women.
No
women and don't bring the chicken's neck.
Yeah. Oh, that's good to know. Right.
What happens if you break the rules? Nothing.
Catching chickens for the evening community gumbo is the name of the game. But you don't get chickens for free.
That's what it's all about.
You are expected to work for it, dancing, clowning, and providing some entertainment before your host release the chicken or chickens. Kind of like trick-or-treating. If your Halloween candy moved at high speed and all the other trick-or-treaters were drunk and competing for the same peanut butter cup like it was the last peanut butter cup on Earth, and they didn't care if they killed you to get it.
Come here, chicken!
Oh! Damn. Wow. Grandma got that one. Whoa! Oh, shit. Oh. No, man. No chicken worth that. Oh. That takes a level of dedication. What, you're freezing cold with moist nutsack for the rest of the day? No.
And the beer keeps on coming. And I wonder if this is the kind of promotion a major brand had in mind.
I'm gonna have nightmares about Grandma flashing me your titties. This mask cause derangement. Like if you keep looking through the mask, I feel like I got a brain tumor.
Who does your hair? Who does your hair? It's so nice.
In feudal Europe, I guess you'd describe what follows as a state of religious ecstasy. But it's evolved into something else entirely.
And there's definitely a purge vibe, right? I need a nurse next season.
Oh, yeah.
Please look into that.
I believe this might be a prudent time to employ a stunt double for purposes of amusement, comedy, and of course, personal safety. Finally, the mighty warriors return, triumphant, to a proud, if safely boarded up town of Mamou. By this time, well beyond the point of noticing such things as physical pain.
Gonna be hurting tomorrow.
Ash Wednesday marks the end of winter, the beginning of spring and Lent. Where bruised from our exertions and our dimly remembered sins, we might purge ourselves of our transgressions and impure thoughts.
Be merciful, O Lord, for we have sinned.
Try even to make amends, perhaps, by getting right with Jesus, and a period of fasting and quiet reflection, or something like that. Ashes on the forehead. Ask for forgiveness for all your chicken-related foolishness of the previous day. Then 40 days of meatless meals and no sin. I got stuff to do, so I'm hitting the drive-thru for a more expedited service. It's like the express line, and so convenient.
Yeah. Hi.
Remember, you are dust, and to dust you shall return, but the steadfast love of the Lord endures forever. Amen. Thank you.
right. I got right with God. Let's eat.
Then a drive through country roads all the way out to near Kaplan, to Sweer's Grocery, one of the more awesome locations I've ever found. The kind of breakfast spot I just love deeply. Menu right there on the wall as you walk in, so you know what you're getting.
Hi.
How you doing?
Real good now. How you guys doing today? I think oyster po' boy. Do you have crawfish étouffée as well? Yes.
Crawfish étouffée.
Yeah, I gotta do that. And you do a pecan pie by the slice as well for dessert?
Yes,
Oh yeah, okay, I'll be having some of that later. Yeah. How come my grocery store doesn't have this? Oh man, eat your heart out. Got everything I need here. Feeling pretty good about the world, considering. Minimal hangover, minimal Mardi Gras related damage, a few bruises. At my age, I should be happy I didn't break my hip. Thank you.
Pecan pie.
Thank you so much. Oh, so good. Really, really good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Love this place.
On balance, my Cajun Mardi Gras experience was certainly memorable, if nothing else. And through the parting clouds of cruel winter, there is light and hope and the onset of spring.